So these are the 6 currently very relevant cubes on the market, and I think they're very good, and they're from the low to medium price range, ranging from $9 to around 40. So essentially no GANs in here. Yeah, we'll take a look at the turning feel. I'll provide some general commentary. We'll look at the accessories included and the adjustment system, and we'll go from there. So starting off at $9, our cheapest cube is the RS3M 2020. Overall, this cube feels very sturdy, weighing in at 84 grams, which is quite heavy for the modern day standard. And it comes in at a standard 56mm size. Turning of this can be described as smooth and reliable. However, the one critique I have for it is that it lacks speed. Overall, the magnet strength is medium weak. There are other puzzles that we will discuss later on with stronger magnets. However, the magnet strength does not bother me too much. And corner cutting works great. Pretty much can forward and reverse cut from anywhere on the cube. So yeah, let's take a look at adjustments. So all the MoU cubes that we saw today have the identical axis travel and spring tension system, so I'm only going to explain it once here to save you guys some time. So the axis travel is determined by a screw, which is pretty standardized and simple. You just clockwise for tightening, counterclockwise for loosening. The ingenious part of this design is the spring tension system, which has a blue cup essentially raised up and down to compress or decompress the spring to determine the flexibility of the puzzle, and that is adjusted by the given tool, or you can use your fingernails. There are 9 settings to this, and you can keep turning counterclockwise until you hear the large snap, which indicates the first click, and you can adjust to find your favorite flexibility from there. This is the $15 Maglev edition Super RS3M 2022, and the feel of it is actually quite different from its predecessor. The layers move a lot faster because of the Maglev technology, and overall the magnets are stronger, which I prefer, making each turn a little more snappier than the RS3M 2020. Its size is standard again at 56mm. And corner cutting, one thing I like about its corner cutting, it's how small cuts can be quite smooth actually, rather than snappy when this cube decides to corner cut. So I currently main this cube and I like it a lot, and I highly recommend it for its price. It's absolutely a great flagship. And let's take a look at its adjustments. So the Super RS3M again has the identical system to the RS3M 2020, which we already looked at, but the cup is purple, so I thought we should look at it. And the internals are purple, and if you get the ball core version, which has corner core magnets, I think they still do the golden ball internals, so yeah, that's a cool feature. Up next in the price ladder is the $23 WRM 2021 Wrm, non-maglev, and this thing comes in a slightly smaller than standard size at 55mm, and it weighs a total of 80 grams, which is again a little bit heavier compared to modern GANs and Tornadoes at around 60s and 70s respectively. And overall, the turning of this cube is buttery soft and smooth, and it lies between the Super RS3M and RS3M 2020 when it comes to speed. As you can hear, the cube is quite quiet and nice, and it feels more premium than the 2 previous cubes. And again, corner cutting forwards, reverse works great pretty much from anywhere, and it does have that little bit of a smooth corner cut at smaller corner cuts rather than some other GAN cubes which are snappier. And as far as core adjustments, there's plenty of options, and again, magnet strength, plenty of options as well. So we'll take a look at the customizations. Again, the Wrm 2021 has the identical core adjustment system. The only new thing here are the 5 levels of magnet adjustments, and they are labeled, 1 being the strongest, 5 being the weakest. It's a little bit hard to see there. And the tool that they give you to adjust this sucks, so I just use my GAN 11 mini screwdriver, or you can really just find any flathead small enough to fit in there. And you do have to adjust this 24 times, 2-sided for every single edge. This is the Tornado V2, and it should come in around $25, but SpeedCube Shop is not continuing that for some reason. But it should be the equivalent of the Tornado V3 Standard Edition as far as price goes. Again, this thing is slightly smaller at, I think, 55mm and probably 70 something grams. Similarly, there are plenty of customization options inside the core, and there's 5 levels of magnet strength, so when it comes to that, doesn't really matter. The downside of this cube is that the reverse corner cutting kind of sucks, which is the common complaint, and X-Man fixed that in their version 3, which we will take a look at later on in the video. The turns of this cube are buttery soft and smooth and highly addicting and satisfying, and that is part of the reason why it's on this list. I don't think its performance is the greatest, but at $25, this is a great buy. Let's take a look at its customizations. The adjustment system for the Tornado is quite revolutionary. There are 2 rings of number. The inside number is the axis travel, and the outside, which is indicated by the divots in the plastic right there, those are the spring tensions. And if we turn the entire thing clockwise, then we will be moving the spring tensions, and if we turn counterclockwise, we'll actually be moving this little white plate on the inside, which dictates axis travel. So we don't need 2 tools, and we just twist in different directions to determine our settings, which I think is really cool. And this is a tool that comes with it. It also comes with a screwdriver head and a flat head for adjusting the 5 magnet settings, very similar to the Moyu cubes. And yeah, but I keep losing things when they come apart like this. Here we have the purple worm coming in at $30. Again, its size, I believe, is at 55 millimeters, and it weighs slightly more than its non-maglev counterpart at 84 grams, which is again slightly heavier than the conventional weight these days. And overall, the stats are very similar to its non-maglev counterpart. Corner cutting works great pretty much from anywhere. However, turns are faster and a little more snappy. Personally, I think because of its maglev core. So there we go. And there are plenty of customization options for the core and different magnet level strength. So we'll take a look at those. Purple worm has identical adjustment settings as the Wrm 2021. Again, it has 5 magnet settings. I just want to show you guys the purple internals are super cool, especially when you can see them this up close. And yeah, that's a special feature. And it also has maglev, so instead of springs, the cups will be compressing to repelling magnets. Now coming to our final cube on the list at $40, this is the Tornado V3 Pioneer. Personally, I would recommend buying the flagship edition because I heard that the Pioneer can be uncontrollably fast, which I find true, and that the flagship is slightly better. And the feel of the cube is extremely soft and fast and smooth, and I also like the sound of the cube a lot. One downside of this is, of course, its uncontrollability, and its hard shell case, which came with the cube, broke like within a week, so I didn't really like that. But again, there are plenty of customization options for the core and magnet settings. Corner cutting is pretty great. The reverse corner cutting problem from the V2 is completely eliminated, so great job to X-Man there. Let's take a look at the customizations. The Tornado V3 has the same concept as the V2. Again, the inner white ring determines your axis travel, on the outside, which is indicated by the divot in the plastic, is your spring tension. However, instead of needing a tool, you can just flip this little handle up and twist clockwise and counterclockwise respectively. Again, this thing has maglev, so spring tension is technically maglev tension, and very similar to all the other cubes we've seen. There's 5 different magnet settings. An average of 5 with every single cube. Even though I got technically the worst time on the Super RS3M, the quality of the cubes are all very great, and I will still be maining the Super RS3M just because I like how it feels, and I feel like the other averages got kind of lucky, as you will see. And if you want to get any of these puzzles, please visit Speedcube Shop. It's where I get all my stuff, and I'll have the full video of the fully unedited versions of these average of 5 in a separate video. So I'll see you guys over there if you are interested. Thank you for watching.